It's going to probably just be me and you today.
Yes. Yeah, surprise. Wow, somebody joined.
Hello, Rosa. Hello,
yes,
Michael.
you're the first
Hello,
Michael.
Brooks. Bruno.
Why are we live now? Brooks wants to know.
Why are we live now?
Because Alan has to go to a concert tonight, so we're doing this early. So sometimes we just have to do it when we can. If Alan can finish burping and lurching, we'll get started.
Burping and lurching. Oh.
We are early. Hi, Robert Lee, Texas. Jacob's always there. Yes, Allison Chains, Bruno. That's why we're recording early. Brooks said he'll take your spot, honey.
My man.
Facebook has been letting me know about the family discussion 5 times this weekend. Wonder why. I guess with Kid Craddock show and our show, our podcast.
It's been a lot of marketing around this subject.
We're going to talk about it today. Those of you here get to hear first how it went.
A lot of discussion. Hello, Jacob.
Oh, goodness.
Robert E. Lee.
Could I just do that? There we go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Make sure everything's good.
Dive in. Get going. We have some missing things in the house that it's my job.
Whoa, Michelle. Whoa.
What?
It's not appropriate.
What'd she say?
She's doing a bit.
Where is it?
It's inappropriate.
Oh.
Very inappropriate.
All right.
I mean, would you go up to Big Al and say, Al, you were dark?
If he got a lot of sun, I would.
But
I would. But I know him.
You're from South Carolina.
No, I know him. If he got a lot of sun, he would say to me, gosh, Kelly, you got a lot of sun. I'd say the same thing to him. Black people can get darker too. I see Al has a suntan line when he wears his hat.
I mean,
too much. We ready to go?
Oh, we're going to do Lion King review too.
Okay.
Hakuna Matata. What are those other songs? It's a circle of life.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Well, you need to write them down while you're thinking of them.
That's okay.
Hakuna Matata, Circle of Life.
I just can't wait to be
king. You gonna write these down because you're gonna forget.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Be prepared. Be prepared. Yeah. And then there was a new one that Beyonce has out, something about spirit.
Beyonce.
All right, ready?
Oh, yeah. Hit or give me a test.
Test. I'm sorry. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2. Y'all, Alan let me sleep in until 9 this morning. So good.
Say again, babe? Go ahead.
You let me sleep in until 9 o'clock this morning. It was so good.
Oh, I don't know.
I've been very sleep deprived this week. I had insomnia this week. Stress-induced insomnia. I think I've got it under control now. I think I just hit that wall. I'm talking while Alan's adjusting the microphones. So y'all just get to hear me blather on for a minute. But Monday night, or Sunday night actually, we had to be up for work. I'd like to get up a little before 4 if I can. But I didn't fall asleep until after 2 a.m. So Monday was not fun. Tuesday, pretty much the same thing. Just couldn't go to sleep.
That's weird. I mean,
what's wrong?
Well, I mean, there's levels and it's recording, but I'm not getting anything in the headphones. Say something again.
Test 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything in the headphones.
Well, maybe you need to call Dawn real quick.
That's weird.
Blast the headphone volume all the way up to the top and see if you hear anything.
There's no. Hold on.
You don't have the channels turned up?
Feel the love tonight. There we go.
You hear it now?
Can you feel the love tonight?
You hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear that. So say it again.
Test 1 2. It's me. It's you. Hello, hello. From me to you.
Why? It's quiet.
I don't know, honey. I'm talking like I always do.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know. We're having a lot
Say again,
of technical difficulties. I'm just talking, honey. Say again what?
Hello.
Do I have to repeat myself or just talk? Just keep talking until you get it right.
Hey, I want this to sound good.
I know.
Okay.
I know you do.
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we're good now. Great. You want to stop and start over, or let me listen to all that nonsense?
He can probably cut that out. My man.
He can probably, or you could just stop it and start it over.
Manny can blow. Manny can blow. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Manny can blow.
I met a guy named Manny on Friday. He's in a group called We Three. Here's a little heads up. We're going to be playing him back on the morning show later this week, the Kid Credit Morning Show. Y'all need to check out We Three. They were contestants on America's Got Talent. It's 2 brothers and a sister, and they are awesome. So good. We Three. Look them up.
What's Manny short for?
Manuel, I would guess.
We're going to play that game on this podcast, too. That's a fun game. Because I want to do a quick things kids say.
You keep adding to our list of things to do on this podcast. And now Robert's got to listen to 3 minutes of this nonsense before we officially start.
Okay.
Go now?
Go now.
Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin', a podcast. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans, and I host the podcast along with my husband, Alan.
Hello, Alan.
That's Alan Evans. Alan's very excited. He gets to go out on a bro date tonight.
Yeah, bro date tonight. Kelly is going to babysit. Well, I'm on a bro date.
I was corrected when I told someone last night when I went out that you were home babysitting. They corrected me,
What did they say?
Snapped me. Everybody is so PC right now.
What did they say?
It's not babysitting.
What
it's
is
your
it?
Kids.
What is it?
Watching the children.
Wait a
I
second.
don't know.
It's not babysitting unless what?
It's like not babysitting when it's your children. It's taking care of your responsibilities as a parent.
Did somebody really say that?
Yes, I'm not lying.
Are you serious?
I'm not lying.
Were they doing a bit?
No. It's not babysitting when it's your children. So anyway.
So wait a minute. We've used that word our whole life, and now
it's incorrect.
We have to find something else?
Because it's not babysitting when it's your own children.
Okay.
And I'm angry about it.
Okay. I'm at a
So
loss
I'm
for words.
not
I don't know
babysitting our children.
What do I call it?
I'm just watching the kids.
You're gonna watch the kids.
While you go out and do shenanigans and tomfoolery and buffoonery with bad influence Jeff.
No, there's not gonna be. We're gonna go to a rock concert at the I always call it the Starplex.
I know.
But it's now the Dos Equis Jexa something.
It's the Dos Equis Pavilion when they serve alcohol. Otherwise, I think it is back to the Starplex. I'm not really sure. This is a concert venue that's mostly, it's all outdoors, but covered for the most part in Dallas. And it's been renamed 15 different things since I've been here.
We're going to see Korn and Alice in Chains. Korn, I don't know much about Korn. I mean, Korn's okay.
You should watch a few of their music videos before you go, or listen to some stuff.
Yeah, they're okay.
So you're a little familiar.
But I'm a big fan of AIC. They're probably a top 5 band for me.
And I graciously excused myself so you could take Jeff.
Give me your top 5 bands of all time.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me.
Or your top 5 musical acts of all
that's
time.
easy.
I know number 1. I know number 2 also.
Go ahead.
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Britney.
Yeah.
After that, I've got nothing.
Duran Duran.
Duran Duran.
I love Duran Duran. I love Def Leppard in concert. That was
They're in your
concert.
top 5?
I love them in concert. And Bon Jovi.
And Bon Jovi. Okay. Give me.
And I could name more, but if you're narrowing me down to 5.
We're just 5. We only have time for 5. Give me Metallica. Give me Guns N' Roses. Give me Alice in Chains. Give me Soundgarden. And then number 5, give me Tesla. I listen to a lot of Tesla.
Right.
A lot of Tesla. Great guitarists in Tesla.
Well, we have different tastes in concerts.
We have different tastes.
Not that I can't enjoy those and appreciate them for what they are, but it's 100 degrees outside. This is an outdoor venue, and you've got tickets in a pit. And that's like hell on earth to me, so I'm not going.
I'm going to be in the mosh pit. We have different tastes in a lot of things, babe. But that's why we work well together. I mean, the Earth and the Moon are way different, but they're always spinning around each other, aren't they?
But totally opposite ends of the universe, right? Sometimes
the Earth and the Moon?
I thought you said sun and moon.
No, the Earth and the Moon.
Oh, I was thinking sun and moon.
No. Okay, well, anyway, we're not going to talk about space and concerts during this podcast.
Because it shows my ignorance.
Because we have teased this podcast as the podcast to give the update on the family meeting.
Yes. Talked about it on the nationally syndicated Kid Cry
Kid Cry
morning show as well.
Yes.
Got a lot of advice from people.
Yes.
A lot of people say, what is that book they all recommend? Lovin' Logic. A lot of people recommend the Lovin' Logic book. You've had that recommended to you before, haven't you?
I've not heard that, no.
Yeah, because you've not been in radio for forever.
Here, hold on. Here, I got that.
Yes.
Here you go. You can have that dime back.
Well, you'll find that when you're in radio for a long time and you have a baby, a lot of people recommend Lovin' Logic.
Oh, okay.
And it does have a lot of helpful things in it. I've never sat down to read it. But I should, because I think it would be helpful right now. But we didn't do that. We just kind of winged it. And I'll just say, I turned it over to Alan as the wife. I was submissive in this part of the relationship. I was a subservient spouse, and I let you handle it, honey.
Well, do we want to just dive right into it?
We can. We've got to build up to it, too.
Well, here's the
little
thing.
Background information.
A little background. We just thought it was time to get everyone on the same page because we have been married 2 years.
July 1st was our 2-year anniversary.
Not too long, but our family has kind of known each other and been, we met 3 years ago. So this is all, in the grand scheme of things, relatively new, but all been under the same roof for 2 years. And, we don't have all the kids all the time. But when we do, we feel like we want it to be as close to a traditional family as we can make it, because as a lot of you probably know, Kelly and I this is our second marriage, and the kids bounce back and forth to other parents. And, we know that they have their house rules or things they have to do over at the other house. And we're not too concerned about that part of it. It's more about when they're at our house.
Right.
What are the things that we expect of them? And
it has been proven that children thrive within boundaries, and they don't even realize it. They don't think they crave boundaries, but they do crave boundaries. They need to know the rules because there's comfort in rules. There's comfort in knowing I can only go this far, and there's a danger in going outside of that. There's been studies on that. Kids need boundaries, so we just needed to set some rules / boundaries.
Yeah. And Kelly and I just thought it was time, just based on, okay, we'll just get right into it. And like we opened it up with the children, we had to do this in 2 different sessions just because of how busy we were this weekend. Kelly and I first sat down with the girls, Emma, Kelly, and Brooke. And then just today, we sat down with the boys. So we did this in 2 sessions. We went over the exact same rules in both sessions.
Wow, what a different reaction.
Very, very different reaction
to each group.
But
the girls versus the boys, the teenager, preteen versus the kid that still wants to participate.
Yes. But I asked Kelly, I said, you ready to do it? And she goes, yeah, go up and get them. So I went up to get them, and I go up into Brooke's room, and Emma, Kelly, and Brooke were in there. And I didn't tell you this.
Huh.
Brooke is sitting on the floor. She's got a big tub of popcorn on her lap and drinks just all around her. I mean, there were probably 3 or 4 or 5 drinks. Some were on their sides, some were sitting up. I mean, we had Coke up there, Kool-Aid, all kinds of stuff.
It was a mess. It was a mess, wasn't it?
It was like a picnic.
Yeah.
And then Emma Kelly was hunched over Brooke's bed, sitting on a chair, and she had a couple of those cakes she likes to eat, those zebra cakes. So she had a couple of zebra cakes sitting there on the bed. She had a little spread laid out. Yeah. Then there was a big tub of popcorn next to her, a couple of drinks, and
wow, they were just
posted
up.
They were posted up. It's like they're having a picnic. So I just pop in there, my happy self, and I said, "Hey, girls, hey, do you mind if we borrow you just for we're 15 minutes?" And they kind of just kind of going about their business, not really listening. And I said, "We're gonna have a meeting," and they both kind of stop and kind of look, and I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna have a meeting. Come on down. Come on, it'll be fun." So that's how we started it, and then we went down. And what do you think? Maybe 2 or 3, 5 minutes later? It wasn't very long. They didn't keep us waiting too long, did they?
No. They dragged.
They dragged a little bit.
They dragged a little bit. But we sat at the kitchen table. We all sat around.
I said, we're going to have a meeting. We're going to all sit, the 4 of us.
And you had a piece of paper that you printed out.
Yes.
Alan earlier in the day had sent me, another thing.
Behind the kimono.
He had sent all of this to me in a text form as I'm getting in the car to drive home. So I kind of glanced at him. I was like, those look really great. When I'll go over them more and I'll add my points to them. And what was your response basically? what else needs to be added?
No.
What else could you possibly have to add to my perfect roster for the family meeting?
I never used the words perfect. I never used the words roster.
But that's what I'm doing the subtext.
Okay.
I'm doing the subtext.
Oh, okay. You're embellishing.
I'm embellishing.
Yes.
I'm reading between the lines of what else could you possibly have to offer?
I was just trying to tell Kelly that
he was already perfect.
No, that with this group, I think the KISS principle is something we needed to stick to. Keep it simple. Silly.
Siblings.
Siblings.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. So I said, hey, if you got stuff to add, great. This is what I said though.
You may pull up a text.
Listener was, hey, if you got stuff to add, great, but let's try to keep it like maybe under 10 rules. You start getting way out there, they're not going to remember all this stuff. It'll be overwhelming.
All right.
Okay, so we sit down.
But I also said we can enforce these rules 6 months later, revisit.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Kelly and I both agreed that when we were planning this little meeting, hey, look, they're going to be defensive. So my recommendation, just being in the corporate world for years, when your boss, we're not their bosses, but you know what I mean. We're an authority figure. When somebody asks you to come to their room or their office and let's sit down and talk.
Man, your pucker factor.
You got the pucker. Yeah, the pucker meter is pegged at 100%.
I'm in trouble.
Right. You're naturally defensive.
Right.
You're like, well, this is unusual. Why are they asking us to do this?
Why do we never think of it as a positive thing?
I don't know.
It could be you're getting a raise, you're
Right.
getting a promotion. No, we think we're going to be fired.
You think you're in trouble.
It's going in our file.
Exactly. So we knew they would be defensive. So we sat them down, and the first thing that I said was, girls, nobody is in trouble here. Nobody is angry at anybody. Nobody's mad at anybody. We just thought we needed to sit down and just talk about a few things. And Kelly and I have come up with some rules here.
Alan came up with some rules
that we feel like, all of us, including Kelly and I.
But I do agree with them.
Some of these rules apply to Kelly and I as well. It's not just you two. It's not just you or just the boys. It's all of us. So some of these rules are going to apply to all of us.
Right. We're holding ourselves accountable as well.
Yes. And then some of these rules are just for the children. And that's really all we want to talk about. Again, nobody's in trouble. And Kelly brought up a good point. I think she even said, hey, we've all been together 2 years now. And it's just kind of time for us to have this documented somewhere, have it on paper so we can all look at it and say, yeah, that's cool, or no, I don't agree with that, or hey, can I ask a question about this? And we offered them that opportunity to ask questions.
If you have any questions, if you want to say anything, if you think something's not fair, if you think there's something more should be added to it, you are absolutely free. You can talk about it. Yeah. We gave them the opportunity.
Yeah, we did. And I could tell they were nervous.
Well, there was no eye contact,
right.
Sluggish shoulders.
Yeah.
Just the body language was, I'd rather be anywhere on this planet than right here, right now.
And here's how I knew that they were nervous, okay? First thing I was trying to do was give them that butter knife technique. Give them a little butter, and then you give them the knife. So the presentation up front was, look, you're not in trouble. Everything's cool. Just relax. Everybody relax. And then try to get into what we want to talk to them about. So I was trying to relax them, but they stayed nervous the whole time. And I knew they were nervous because they never paid 2 bits of attention to Larry. So Larry is over our dog.
Our rescue dog.
Our rescue dog. So Larry's over there at Emma Kelly's feet. Emma Kelly picks up Larry. And I'm like, so then they start petting Larry and playing with Larry. And then Brooke and Emma Kelly start talking to each other while I'm talking. And I'm like, girls, we're having a meeting. Let's pay attention to what we're doing here. I could tell they just didn't want to be there.
They just wanted a distraction.
They just wanted a distraction. They just wanted to do something else. So did you want to go through what we told them?
You can. I mean, this is the thing. I let Alan lead the meeting.
Okay.
I respected your position as the head of the household. So I let you handle it.
Okay. So this is what we think works for our family, or what will work for our family. But we'll talk about what Kelly and I think we need to do to make this work. But I'm going to go through what we presented to our children.
Right after this.
Right after this.
We just got back from our first ever podcast family vacation. And what a lot of people have realized going on these tropical vacations is your drink outside, hot sun, The ice melts. It's gross. And nobody likes drinking a warm alcohol treat, right? Neither did Dylan. And Dylan is the genius, a young guy, like a college-age kid, who is the founder of Brewmate. Brewmate, they are shaking up the beverage industry for the better. They've got these really beautiful, very stylish, insulated drinkware containers designed to keep your favorite beverages ice cold all day long, all the way to the final drop. And it's not just for your wine. A lot of people see the insulated wine holders. Those are great. Brewmate has a beautiful collection of those. But you know what's so popular right now?
What's that?
The slim cans.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've got the White Claw, our favorite, Truly. You've got the Michelob Ultras.
Yeah.
Brewmate has the Hop Slater Slim, which is perfect for these 12-ounce slim cans. They also have them for bottles, too. Imagine a koozie. It's just an extended koozie, but it's insulated. And it can hold all your favorite 12-ounce beer bottles. So it's perfect for, tailgating that's coming up. Football season's getting ready to happen. Taking it to the beach, by the pool. And these Hop Slater bottle holders, they have push lock technology, so you can easily insert and remove your bottles without unscrewing a gasket. But again, it looks like a regular koozie, but it keeps everything cold to the last drop, guaranteed. They have beautiful colors. They have them very feminine with the glitter colors. They have a glitter mermaid. It's so beautiful. But they also have masculine ones too, the charcoal thing, so for everybody's taste, and they make really great gifts.
And don't settle for warm alcohol. Is there anything worse than warm alcohol? I can't think of it. Maybe have a meeting with your parents. Don't settle for warm alcohol. Chill out with your favorite drinks all day long with Brewmate. Visit brewmate.com and add code SANDWICH to get 15% off your first order. That's 15% off your first order when you go to brumate.com and add that code SANDWICH. brumate.com and add code SANDWICH.
Thank you, Brewmate.
We love Brewmate.
It's a great gift. They have sets too of like the bottle holders, the wine bottles, and the tumblers. Great gift.
Okay, so we'll go through the rules here, our family rules. And again, Kelly and I thought that this is what would work for our family. Everyone's list is going to probably be different.
Well, a lot of people have, maybe the kids are so extreme, like it's staying out to 3 o'clock in the morning and the yelling back and, the back talking. Those aren't our family's problems at this point. They might be later on down the road, but we don't have a lot of back talk. We have the problem of no talk.
We don't have a lot of talk.
We have the opposite problem where we want them to talk to us and they don't want to. So hopefully a couple of these rules are going to help fix that too.
Okay, so here are the rules for adults and children. Rule number 1, and a lot of these sound like common sense.
But you got to lay it out
there. But we had to lay it out. Okay, rule number 1, everyone should treat everyone else with respect. If you want something, say please. When someone does something nice for you, say thank you. You should never have to be reminded to say please and thank you. If the person who did something nice for you does not hear you say thank you, then you didn't say thank you. You'll know if they heard you say thank you if they say you're welcome. So we've heard this a lot. I said thank you. I said thank you.
You didn't hear me.
That's easy for somebody to say. Like, oh, well, I did it. That's a CYA thing. What I'm trying to tell them is, if you want somebody to know that you said thank you,
well, CYA.
Cover your ass.
Oh.
Then they'll know that you said thank you because they'll say you're welcome.
Well, let's be honest. This is probably what instigated. It's time for a family meeting. I think that was the final straw. In the you took the kids out one night last week so I could stay home so I could watch The Bachelorette. I mean, this is so silly, but I had to watch it for work. And Alan took the kids out, and when you take them out to one of these game places where everybody plays a game, $20 a kid basically, at minimum, right? But then you eat dinner too. It was like a $200 night, and not one kid said thank you.
I took the four
not
of them.
One.
Yeah, I took the 4 of them to Dave & Buster's, which I was happy to do. I just wanted to get them out and do something together. Like Kelly said, she stayed at home. So I took the 4 of them out, and I don't mind doing that at all. I really love it. I love to
make them happy.
Make them happy. And like Kelly said, we bought a bunch of tokens, big meal afterwards. And it was easily a $200 night. So we're walking to the van, and I'm thinking, okay, not one of them said anything yet. I get in the van, nobody says anything. We're driving home, and then I start thinking, I should probably say something.
Maybe when they get out of the car when they get home.
This isn't right. So I just kind of whispered to Cole. I said, Cole, did you say thank you? And even Cole is probably our best please and thank you guy.
And Dylan too. The boys are good about it, really.
And he goes, oh, sorry, Daddy, thank you. And then Cole goes into the back of the car and says, did y'all say thank you? Crickets. Nobody said a word. Okay. So this just kind of started gnawing on me.
That was the thing.
That just started gnawing on me that I don't want our kids, I just don't want them to grow up thinking that that kind of entertainment is something that, hey, I can do whenever I want and it's no big deal. To me, a field trip like that when I was a kid, that's a big deal. That's something that you should really appreciate. Oh, my dad's making time for me. My parents, my mom and dad are making time for me to take me somewhere and buy me all these tokens and buy me this nice dinner. And okay, I don't expect a thank you for everything we do because being a parent, a lot of that comes with the territory, right? It's a thankless job. But when it's something like that, to me, in my opinion, when it was almost a luxury, those things you should acknowledge your parents when they're doing something for you like that. That's like, to me, that's kind of almost above and beyond. I didn't have to take them to David Buster's. I didn't have to buy them any tokens. We could have stayed home and done nothing, but it was my idea. Yeah. I was the one that said, hey, let's get out of the house and let's go do something.
So it's just, that was kind of like the tipping point that led us to say we have to have the family meeting. So that's why that was number one on the list.
Yeah. And growing up, I know Kelly was like this when she grew up. I was taught this when I was growing up. The manners were the biggest thing.
Yeah. I said thank you every time my mother cooked for me. And you know what? I don't even remember who demanded it or who it was just expected. It just the way it was, but we don't demand that of our kids. So we don't get it.
Well, I'll tell you,
now.
That's another thing we told the girls when we were going through the rules is I told them, I said, look, we run a pretty easy household around here. I said, when I was growing up, my mom was tough. I mean, she was tough. And a lot of this stuff would not have gone this far, So I said, you guys got it pretty good. We're asking you for some easy things.
So the response to this was nothing.
Nothing.
No response.
No response.
Okay.
Flat
moving
line.
on.
Flat line. Number 2. No food, snacks, or colored drinks are allowed upstairs. Water is okay. Now, I went up there and I saw that big picnic they were having. And I said, hey, you guys go up there and finish your picnic. It's fine. But the reason we have this rule is I've asked you to not take stuff up there before and you keep doing it. And now we've spilled stuff. You left stuff in the trash can. Larry went up there and found it. He spread it all around. Or you'll forget your stuff under the bed.
That's the problem.
And then it'll rot and stink because nobody knows it's up there. It's just not where we should be eating.
Yeah. And like I said at first, I didn't have a problem with them taking food and stuff up there as long as they brought the trash down when they were done. And that's what wasn't happening. And then it was the forgotten food that were dairy products that would sour and smell, and you just have to throw whatever it's in away because there's I'm not even dealing with it. So it got out of control. And yeah, like you said, it was 5 or 6 bottles and all this food, and Larry gets into it, and it's just a mess.
It's just a mess. Yeah.
Had to make the rule: only water allowed upstairs now.
I don't think that's a huge deal. I mean, Kelly and I, we don't eat in our bedroom.
Very rarely. We'll take our bottles of water in there.
Yeah.
Maybe a Diet Pepsi, Diet Root Beer. We do that.
But we don't.
Are you going to stop taking your root beer in there at night? Because you take a root beer almost every night.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to follow these rules, then water's okay. Root beers aren't.
So we got to change that for us too.
But
then, okay, Dylan, when we had the separate meeting, he even said, what about for birthdays and stuff? And he was thinking about special occasions.
I thought that was pretty smart of him.
Yeah, it was. He said, what about when you're sick? And I say, that's a great point. Special occasions, breakfast in bed, or if you're sick, those are the exceptions.
That's
because Dylan was participating actively in the meeting.
The boys were into it. Yeah.
The girls, again, crickets.
Flatline.
Nothing.
Okay.
Or no eye contact.
Right.
None.
Or let me try to pet Larry, and hopefully my dad won't say anything else to me. Number 3, eating is fine in the kitchen, on the table in the kitchen, on the bar stools in the kitchen, or in the backyard at either table we have. So that basically eliminates eating anywhere other than the kitchen or the backyard. Okay.
Now, again, if it's a special night, we're doing a movie night in the movie room, we can do popcorn or something on a special occasion night.
Yeah,
right?
We could make it an exception.
There's always exceptions.
We could make an exception.
Okay.
Okay, number 4. This is one of my big hangups here. If you don't eat your dinner, you must not have been very hungry, so then you'll skip dessert. What they like to try to do is eat one bite of their dinner and then say, hey, can I have dessert? Well, you didn't eat any dinner, so you must not have been very hungry. So why all of a sudden are you hungry for dessert?
Right.
It's because you didn't want to eat your dinner.
Right.
Why don't you just be honest? You didn't want to. So the rule is if you don't eat your dinner, no dessert. There's no other options for dinner either. So we have 6 people in our family, and Kelly and I both cook. Kelly probably does more cooking for the kids than I do, I guess. Or maybe we kind of split that. I don't know.
Lately you've been grilling more.
Yeah.
But up until then, yeah.
But any of you that have larger families, if it's one kid, that might be easier to be flexible. With 4 kids, you can't be making 4 different meals for each kid. So what we're trying to say is whatever we serve you, that's what you're getting. And we're going to buy you the foods you like. We're going to ask you what you want from the grocery store. We're going to make you what you like, the best that we know. Now, if you choose not to eat it, then you choose not to eat it. I don't have another option for you.
Right.
I can't be a short order cook here. You know, we just have, our family's too big and we don't have the time to do that.
And Dylan got excited, the 6-year-old. Well, we can go to the grocery store with you and pick it out. We're like, yeah, Dylan.
Yeah.
See, family rules are fun, aren't they, girls? Nothing.
Okay. So at this point, we've been through about half of the rules with the girls. And I look at them and I said, are you guys okay? It looks like somebody just kicked your dog.
It really looked like Brooke was about to start crying.
It looked like
she was about to, because honestly, the food rule mostly applies to her.
Oh, the food rule? Yeah.
That's her thing, man. She just lives in a cave up there with all of her drinks. And I think that food rule got her.
Yeah. But there's
tears.
There's a good reason for all of these, and I'll explain it in a second. The next one is when you're finished with dinner, ask if you can be excused from the table. This is something I always had to do when I was growing up.
See, I didn't have to do that, but I'm fine with it.
You don't just get up and leave. That's kind of rude. Why don't you ask whoever you're eating with, hey, do you mind if I get up? Can I be excused? I'm done. Sure. Okay, you're done. So ask if you can be excused, and then put your dirty dishes in the sink. Kelly and I thought that maybe they were some of them are a little too young right now to try to load the dishwasher. I know the girls probably could, but I didn't have a high level of confidence in that. So Kelly and I talked through it, and we said, well, it's fine if they just put them in the sink. And then for now, we'll keep loading it. And then as they get a little older, maybe they can.
Yeah, this was Alan's call because he said, don't overwhelm them. Let's just get these things down.
Let's see if they can do this.
Right.
Yeah. And then the last one for adults and children, if you have trash at the table, in your room, your backpack, or your lunch bag, when you get home, throw it all away in a trash can.
Because there is nothing worse than finding a lunchbox that was forgotten for a week underneath the bed.
Right.
It's gross.
And that's happened.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It really smells.
Straight to the garbage can.
Yeah, really
There's
smells.
why try to salvage that?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
So those are what we went through with the kids, and they applied to Kelly and I too. Now here's some that apply, we think, a little bit more towards the children, because Kelly and I don't really do this. The first one is when we're all sitting and eating, there aren't any headphones or cell phones allowed at the table. Now, if you're eating by yourself, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I look at my phone when I'm by myself. You do. You read or whatever. That's perfectly acceptable. But if you're there with somebody else, preferably you should be talking to that person and not sitting there on your phone, and they're also not sitting over there on their phone.
It just, to have the art of conversation. And we took the kids out to lunch today, the day after these rules were handed down, and we had a good lunch.
That was the most conversation we've had in a long time.
I know.
It took us a while to get there, but we got there.
It was pulling teeth a little bit at first, but then I saw smiles.
Yes.
I heard conversation was instigated.
Yes.
Not a lot, a little bit.
Yep.
It was a step in the right direction.
What I told the kids was, if everyone at the table is finished eating, then maybe it's okay to look at your phone. Now, I said talking to your people you're with is always preferable versus pulling out your phone and looking at it. Okay. And so that was that. That's pretty easy in my opinion. The second one for just the children, if any parent, step-parent, or bonus parent, aunt, uncle, grandmother, or grandfather is sitting at the table with you, headphones and phones are not allowed. If everyone is finished eating, again, you can look at your phone, but talking to somebody at the table is preferable. Nothing makes me, I don't know what the right word is. It makes me sad when we all go out as a family and my mom and dad are there. or your mom and dad. And they look down at the girls, and both girls have their faces in their phones. And I'm thinking, why are you doing that? Your grandparents are only going to be here for a little while longer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I sure wish I could spend more time with my grandparents, but we try to tell them, look, I mean, your grandparents, they love talking to you guys, and I know that they would never say anything to you. They're never going to say, get off your phone. That's our job. But I know it hurts their feelings when you do that. So I think that's a good rule to have. Number 3 for the children, when you need your clothes washed, bring down your hamper and not late the night before you need the clothes. This is kind of Kelly's thing here. You want to tell why you have this?
I think the girls are old enough to start doing their laundry, but again, Alan's like, baby steps. Let's just get this part down, because the girls are, I need to go to bed at a fairly decent hour because I have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and they will come down at 9:30 at night saying, I really have to have this washed for tomorrow. And then that they don't understand. They get to go to bed. I'm up for 2 hours washing and drying clothes at that point. So I'm not going up in the room to see if their hampers are full or not. I'm not. That's not my job. So Alan wrote the rule that they had, and he asked me what my time cutoff was. And I said 6 p.m. I'm good. If laundry is down by 6 p.m., I will do it. And I have shown both girls how to do the laundry. It's not getting done by them. It's still falling on me. But honestly, at this point in life, I don't really mind doing it. I really don't. I just don't want to be doing it at 11 o'clock at night.
I don't blame you. And I told the kids, I was honest with them. I said, for me, my mom did my laundry a long time. I was probably a teenager by the time I started doing my own laundry.
Yeah.
That was just the way my mom was.
And every once in a while, I make the girls help me fold or whatever. And I've taught them both how to use the washing machine and the dryer, but
Yeah. Okay.
There's that.
So that's the clothes. And then the last rule, it sounds like a lot, but really we have 10 rules here. The last one is when your clean clothes are returned to your room, put your clothes away in your drawers or hang them up.
This has been a huge problem, because what happens is I wash and fold the clothes, I put them back in their hamper because it's the easiest way to take it upstairs, and I take it upstairs and leave it and say, y'all put your clothes away. So what they'll proceed to do is they won't put them away. They'll start digging through the hamper. Just everything's a mess, trying to find that one thing they need, which is always at the bottom of the pile. And they'll continue to then they'll put the dirty clothes on top and start digging through the bottom of the clean clothes. The next thing I know, I've got a hamper come back down, which is half clean and half dirty clothes. But I got to wash them all again. This is ridiculous. But we've already had a couple of instances where we've had, just within 2 days, we've gone over these rules. We've already had a couple of little problems we've had to address.
Yeah. And
with one being the laundry.
And I think we both knew this.
Yeah.
Because we print this sheet. And we
had them all sign it.
And had them sign it too. And we thought that would be fun. Like, hey, this is a document, guys.
Contract.
Like a legal contract, and you need to sign it.
The girls,
oh my God.
The boys were excited.
Oh, the boys were like, yeah, we signed.
Yeah, we signed contracts. The girls are still.
Right. But Kelly and I both know that just because you print a list of rules and put them on the refrigerator, that doesn't mean these are going to get done.
Right.
So it's up to us to now be consistent with how we enforce. It's kind of a tough word, but enforce these rules. Here's a good example. We did this yesterday with the girls.
We did it
2 days ago.
We did it Friday night or Saturday with the girls.
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Okay,
now.
But the very same day that we did this, Brooke and I went and ran some errands. And I bought her a Sprite at the store, and she didn't finish it. And we got home, and we'd already been through the rules, right?
Yeah.
And she's walking on her way up with that Sprite, and she looks over her shoulder at me and says, "Can I take this up?" And I said, "Is it water?" And she said, "Well, it's clear." And I said, "Well, it's not water. Water's the only thing we're supposed to take upstairs, right? Remember our rules?" And she goes, "Well, I don't understand. It's clear." And I said, well, if it spills, it's sticky. And if Emma Kelly sees that you're taking one up there now, then she'll think it's okay to take one up there. She goes, well, Emma Kelly's not here.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, that doesn't matter. I said, just because she's not here doesn't mean you don't have to follow the rules. And the same for her. When you're not here, she's going to have to follow that same rule.
Yep.
And she kind of was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to put it in the fridge, and I guess I'll have to drink my Sprite down here. And I said, yeah, that's what you're going to do, is drink your Sprite down here. So then she kind of hemmed and hawed, went upstairs, and it was fine. And then we had another episode today. We're all trying to get out of the house. Kelly and the boys and I and Brooke decide to go eat at
Kelly's their dad.
Yeah, Kelly's with her dad at Red Lobster. So
this is a big deal. Red Lobster is a big deal.
Yeah.
We wanted to do something fun. The kids are going back to their moms tomorrow, and it's just like, let's go do a really nice lunch.
Okay. And again, we had been through the rules, and I'm not picking on my daughter. I'm just trying to give you examples of how we, as parents, we have to keep consistent with what we're trying to teach here. And bless her heart, Brooke had a big load of laundry in her hamper in her room. And this was yesterday. I said, Brooke, remember, put those clothes up, hang them up, or put them in your drawers.
Because it had been over 24 hours.
Yeah. Okay, Daddy, okay. Fast forward to today. We're all getting ready, and I go up there an hour before we're going to leave. Hey, Brooke, we're going to leave in about an hour. You didn't put your clothes up. Remember, I asked you yesterday to put your clothes up. Oh, okay, I'll do it. Okay, well, that's twice now, and this is one of our rules. This is exactly what we're talking about. She goes, okay, goes and gets back on her computer, probably, after I left. I go back up there as we're about to leave.
An hour later, yeah.
An hour later, and she's fishing through those clothes because they're not in her drawer and they're not hung up. And I said, I was not happy. Boom! I was not happy. I said, Brooke, this is exactly the reason why Kelly and I have these rules, is because you can't find anything. And because
I'm washing everything 2 or 3 times, right. It's clean.
And because you can't find anything, that's the reason now your brothers and I and Kelly are all standing downstairs at the front door wondering where you are. We told you what time we were leaving. So that's just an example. And again, I'm not picking on Brooke. She's
just been the one here that's, I'm sure when Emma Kelly comes back, we're going to have to go through this all again with her too.
She got it done. After I very, I don't know what the right word is, but
sternly,
I was very stern and clear about why I wanted that done and what the rule was. And she got her done, but I think with teenagers, it's just, for whatever reason, some just need to hear it a couple of times.
Well, called me on the carpet, and we were at lunch, and we were trying to figure out that we've got 4 kids that each have 4 different camps they're going to tomorrow. And we were just, and I'm at work in the morning. So that means it all falls on Alan. So we were trying to figure out something. So I pulled out my phone just to look at the schedule, just to see real quick what time, because he had a question about that. But then I saw, I've missed 13 text messages. And I opened my text message, and then Alan's like, what's the rule? No phones, no devices. I'm like, you're right. So I closed it and put it away because I'm held to it too.
But I wasn't picking on my wife.
No, but we've got to follow the rules. If it's expected for us, for the kids, it's expected for us. So I got reprimanded as well.
Well, it was more, while we're so new at this, I just didn't want the kids to see Kelly doing it and then think, oh, well, how come she's doing it?
I know. I didn't. You were right. I put it away.
But, and this is a whole nother.
But we had a wonderful conversation with the kids. And it was great. Did. We had a good lunch.
Brooke kept her phone away. The boys didn't bring any technology.
I asked her to look up something one time. I said, would you mind, since your phone's right there, would you look up something? It's not like we're tyrants about it. We needed to know something for our conversation we were having.
Right.
So.
And I kept my phone in my pocket the entire time. But maybe another show we'll talk about couples and phones. But, Kelly and I, if it's just the 2 of us together, we may be a little more lax in this, because I understand a lot of Kelly's job is done on her phone. A lot of my job is done on my phone. So there are times when we're out and we have to get back to a client, or we have to post something for something. We have to do work a lot of times while we're out just doing stuff. And that's
just a shame. And I hate that, because I look at other couples and I've got my judgy pants on.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all should be enjoying each other. Put your phones away. And here we are doing the same thing. But here's my excuse. But it's for work, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if we were better time managers, we wouldn't be doing that.
Well, and almost, is there anything that can't wait another 15 minutes?
That's right. You're absolutely right. So we're going to try to do better about that.
So anyway, that might be a whole nother podcast, but that's what we got with the children's rules. And as Kelly said, the girls, boy, they just did not have a lot of input. We asked them, we said, hey, do you guys, Are you concerned about any of these? Are there any of these you think are unfair? Are there any of these you think you can't do? Are there any of these you think like I'm nuts and you're like, I'm the nuthead for asking you to do this? And they were just like kind of shaking their heads. No. I'm like, okay, well, but I finished it by telling them, look, we love you guys. Love you guys more than anything in the world.
You almost started crying.
I did, because
Alan gets real emotional about that stuff because he doesn't want to hurt their feelings and he wants them to feel loved and not be rated or whatever.
No, and that's not why we're doing this. There's a balance that every parent has. I know every parent out there has this balance. Everyone's human. I want to be liked like everybody else. I want to be the guy that everybody likes. And that includes my kids.
Yeah.
But then also, you have to balance that with, gosh, I want my children to grow up and say please and thank you and hold the door open for people and, talk to people at the table. So there's a balance between that wanting to be liked and then also saying, I got to put my foot down here. And there are some things you're just going to have to do when you're under my roof. And that's just the way it is. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
And they're not always going to like you.
And they're not always going to like it.
That's hard.
Yeah.
As a bonus mom. Remember, I'm not allowed to say stepmom because I want my bonus kids to like me too. I don't want them to go home and she's so mean and all that stuff. I don't want any of that to happen. I want them to enjoy coming over here and spending time with us. But
we told them that. We said we love you guys, and 95% of the time, you're great kids, and you do what you're supposed to do, and you don't backtalk us. And you get good grades and you study and you work hard. There's things that you do great. There's just a few things that we think you should be maybe working on a little bit more.
And we're going to revisit this.
Yeah.
Probably the beginning of the year. That'll be a good, fresh new year, new start. That'll be a little less than 6 months, right?
Yeah.
We'll revisit it, see how things are going, tweak some things, add to it if we need to. I don't know of anything that would need to be taken away.
No, but hopefully when they become consistent with, okay, now it just becomes a habit. They pick up their stuff, they put it in the washer. Then the next step is, hey, Brooke, Emma Kelly, now all you got to do, you're already taking it to the sink. Now you might as well just put it in the washer. We'll get there.
Let's start doing your own laundry.
Right. But let's get it to the sink first. Let's get the hamper from downstairs or from upstairs to downstairs first.
Right. Baby steps.
And then we can work on these other things.
Baby steps.
Oh, man. But it's been an experience, but I'm glad we had the talk.
Yeah, it's good. We just have to enforce it and stick to it because they're gonna push the boundaries on it.
The boys were funny though.
They're so cute.
They were just smiling the whole time and kind of bouncing, and Dylan was asking questions.
Dylan's so funny right now. Dylan's 6. He's gonna be 7 in September, and he's just so funny right now.
He's always saying something funny.
He just wants to talk.
He is a talker, that guy. He's our biggest talker.
Yeah, he is. Hopefully he stays that way.
He likes to engage with people. He likes to talk, ask questions. You know what else he's doing right now? I love it. And every time he does it, I just never want it to stop. He wants to hold my hand all the time.
Yeah, he held my hand going
across.
Yeah, we were going to dinner the other night and he held my hand.
Yeah.
He reached for it.
Yeah, he reaches for your hand.
And it's just like, it makes your heart melt because it's not going to be like that much longer. He's the last one.
Right. And it's like right as he gets out of the van, he's reaching for my hand. And I'll hold his hand all the way into the store. And I think he'll want to let go. I think he'll want to let go. He keeps holding my hand in the store. And I took him to Starbucks the other day. He held my hand all the way into Starbucks. We're ordering. He won't let go of my hand. Like, this is so sweet. It's so sweet.
Because one day he's going to be embarrassed.
One day he'll be like, Cole. Cole used to do that. And, Cole's bigger.
Yeah,
he's 11 now. He don't want to do that. But anyhow.
It's a shame that they have to grow up. And a blessing. Some of them need to grow up.
A shame and a blessing.
Yeah. You know, it was a shame. Us, after 3 weeks of vacation, that was a shame. We had to get back on the program. And a part of, doing the right eating is you have to start working out again too. And that's one of the things we utilize to get back on our program is Beachbody On Demand.
Beachbody.
It's an easy to use streaming service. It gives you instant access to a whole range of super effective workouts you can do from the comfort of your living room, bedroom, 24/7. And it has a history of success. Beachbody On Demand has the programs that you do know so well, the P90X Insanity, Brazil Butt Lift, oh man, Ohio. Now, some of those are pretty extreme. Some of you are like, well, maybe I do want to get in shape, but I don't want to, do that insanity workout. I really like the 3-week yoga retreat. It's 21 days, 7 days a week, about 30 minutes each day. A lot of people have been very curious. You want to go to a yoga class, but you're a little intimidated. You're afraid everybody's going to be so far advanced, or the private lessons are just so expensive. With Beachbody On Demand and the 21-day, the 3-week yoga retreat, you're going to master the fundamentals in just 21 days. So if you ever do want to go out and join a class, you can, but you've got it all right there. Easy access from your computer, your handheld device. If you have a web-enabled TV, Apple TV, Roku, you can watch it anytime you want. And there's so many other programs too. The 21-day fix. You like the yoga retreat the best.
I love
That's
the
what
yoga
you
retreat,
do.
and it is not easy, but very beneficial.
It is, and we really like it because, like I said, 24/7. There's really no excuse. Driving to the gym, there's your excuse. I don't have time to drive. You have time to just go to your bedroom and put the workout in and get started.
Yeah, we really want you to try this because you will see results. Hopefully, you've seen some pictures of the kids shirtless in Mexico. Hey. Beachbody helped me get there.
Yeah, and that was the before pictures, day 1 in Mexico. He's getting back to that, the after Mexico with Beachbody On Demand.
That's right. So right now, our listeners can get a special free trial membership when you text sandwich to 303030. You'll get full access to this entire platform for free, all the workouts, the nutrition information, and support, totally free. Again, just text sandwich to 303030.
That's it.
Love Beachbody.
That's it.
We love Beachbody.
On Demand.
You want to do we have a little bit of time to do a little movie review.
Yeah, real quick. We took the family to see Lion King. I didn't think we were going to be able to get tickets first weekend out of the gate, but we wanted to do something special with the kids. So we did the whole we just can't go to a movie. We got to go to where you eat dinner in the movie.
Yeah.
And then Daddy and I have to say, let's get something a little bit off the adult cocktail menu.
Mm-hmm.
So we're having a good time with the Lion King. But we were in the audience. We went to a matinee, and the gentleman sitting next to me was such an uber Lion King fan. When the first note of the movie starts, is that, hey, someone.
Hands in the air.
His hand went in the air.
Yeah.
Like, rock on.
Yeah.
He was so excited.
Yeah, he was.
We're in for a good time because this man's here to party with Lion King.
Yes.
And it was really, I read some reviews online, kind of tepid, lukewarm reviews from the professional movie reviewers. They're always the hardest bunch to please. I think Rotten Tomatoes is the one most people go to. Only had 55% positive reviews. So I was thinking, this is going to be just okay. And you're also going into it knowing how the story is going to go. If you ever watch the cartoon, I mean, it's been out for 25 years or something. So you know what's going to happen. There's going to be sadness and you're going to cry. But I mean, the minute it started, I started getting tears in my eyes. It was so beautiful.
It was very inspirational the way it started.
And it's all digital.
It's all CGI.
CGI. Yeah. It looks so real. It's shocking. And the beauty of it is what got me all clipped. Is that the way you say it? Clipped.
Yeah, and I'm not a big animals talking movie guy. I'm really not.
Yeah.
But I really like this movie.
You got past that pretty quick.
I don't know what it was about it. The animals look so real. The story is a classic story. Even though I knew the story and I knew what was going to happen, I was really into it.
I am the person that gets so into movies. Alan doesn't really, I think, enjoy watching movies with me because how much I do get into it.
Well, just when you start hitting me.
I get so intense. I can't stand it. I grab him. When I got it from that movie, my butt was sweating.
Mm-hmm.
I was sweating through my butt.
Yep.
That's the way but I know this movie. I know what's going to happen. I still can't handle it. We did have a couple of issues, honestly, with some of the voices that were chosen. And we just thought some of the voice choices were kind of
well. Weird. Let's start with.
I'll be honest. The Beehive's going to attack me, and I don't care.
Uh-oh.
Beyonce's not that great of a voice actress.
She was Nala.
She was Nala.
Tell you who is.
It just sounds like she's reading the entire time.
Tell you who is a great voice actress.
James
the actor,
Earl
the great James Earl Jones.
The original Mufasa. It's Mufasa.
The original Mufasa.
Still back.
The voice of Darth Vader. He is
awesome.
So great, as per usual.
And you had Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner as Timon and Pumbaa, Pumbaa and Timon. Whichever.
Pumbaa was Seth Rogen, right?
So good. Those were great
He
voices.
Was really great. He was really great.
So it was just interesting, you
and
know.
The cat that played Lando in the last Star Wars movie, he was Simba.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover was the older Simba.
And see, and Alan had a little bit of trouble with the adult Simba's voice. I said, but if you remember the cartoon, the adult Simba's voice wasn't, I think because James Earl Jones' voice was so rich and lion-esque that you had this kind of young, energetic voice. I think that's more the problem. So that was like the first Simba as an adult had that same, not a deep booming bass voice, and neither did Donald Glover.
He's supposed to be a king, man. He's like,
but it's kind of like, hey, this cool dude.
Like,
just
kind of laid back. You know, I eat grubs and stuff. Like, I don't like eat meat. I eat grubs.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed kind of laid back for me.
Yeah, I think you just wanted more of a lion.
I just wanted more of a lion. Yeah. But anyway, that's just me. But
that's the only issues that we had with it was a couple of the voices.
But I've heard a lot of people throwing shade on this movie. Like they just,
what do they expect?
I don't know. Like they just don't like it. And I'm like, well, what makes you not like it? And they're like, I just don't like it. And I'm like, well,
is it the vibe?
I don't know. I'm not sure. That hasn't been communicated, but I liked it. Music was great. Story's a classic story. The animals were great.
You gotta like let some of the animals can't talk. So if you can't, so why are you being so picky about everything else when you're having to let go of the fact that animals can't talk just to see the movie in the first place? But we did enjoy it. Now, I would go see it earlier rather than later because I think once people do start talking about it, your expectations either get to a level that they can never be met,
Yeah.
When people build up something so much that by the time you see it, you're like, it was okay.
Maybe, okay, I'm trying to put myself in other people's shoes. Maybe it's like if they tried to make a Toy Story using real people.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that.
But then they wouldn't be toys.
Right. But, a lot of people saw the trailer for Cats, and they are saying they're so disturbed by it that it's just making them have nightmares.
Why?
I don't know. But then I heard all those stories, and I watched the trailer. I'm like, well, it's not that bad. It's human faces with CGI cat bodies, except they're anatomically incorrect.
Oh, they're androgynous?
Yeah, you can see like they have like little boobs for the girls. Like there's little lumps there where there would be breasts, so it's a girl cat.
Now, wait a second.
But they don't have like...
If they're cats, they would have lumps down here.
Right.
Not up here.
Right.
So are they humans or are they cats?
Right. It's a morphing of the human. So it's a little... There's certain things. But again... These are talking and singing and dancing cats, and you're upset. Not you, but people that like they don't have 8 nipples. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to suspend some of that stuff.
I'm giving it 2 thumbs up.
Good. Yeah, I really liked it.
Go see The Lion King.
I thought it was very good. Great family movie. A lot of the adult couples were there.
Great family.
Without kids.
Yeah. Now, if you're a cinemaphile, if you're a movie snob, if you're going on a date night, you may say, hey. Okay, bunch of talking animals. I saw it when I was a kid. I liked the cartoon better. Okay, I get that. But it was entertaining for our family.
We liked it.
We liked it.
We did. So go see it.
Speaking of movies, just real quick, yours truly has a movie trailer out. I was in a movie, an indie film. It was filmed last year, and it's being edited now. My first trailer came out, and give me some of your reactions, babe.
Well, I wanted to film us watching it so you could see our reaction to the trailer, but Alan couldn't wait. We were in bed. We were looking like a hot mess. I was like, let's just watch it. We can't wait another minute. I was pleasantly surprised.
And I was surprised. Kelly was pleasantly surprised.
But you had to be pleasantly surprised as well.
I think I look awful.
Well,
absolutely
you're going to be
awful.
Your worst critic. You were heavier then, but you were never fat, honey. But he's lost 30 pounds, okay? So his face is fuller. But I thought you did a great job. And I'm not just, because I would love to make fun of you right now, but I was truly
I would expect you to make
pleasantly
fun of me.
surprised.
I would expect you to make fun of me.
I thought you did. It was just a little tiny blurb.
It's a blurb where I'm...
Are you allowed to share it, or is it embargoed or whatever?
No. In the scene, I'm ripping these 2 kids off. I'm selling them fake IDs, but I just take their money and not give them the fake IDs. So I'm mocking them. I'm singing about them in my car. So it kind of flips back and forth between those 2 scenes. And that's it. That's the trailer. But that's my character. His name's Kerry Michaels, and he's a hustler. He's like a wise guy. So, but I thought
you did great.
I thought it was fine. Larry Stanley. I messed up his name last time. sorry, Larry Stanley.
What did you call him last
I
time?
called him Staley because we were talking about Alice in Chains, and the ex-lead singer is Lane Staley.
Oh.
So sorry, Larry. Larry Stanley is our director. He sent the clip. He's done a great job shooting everything, editing. He does it all. He's not just the director. He's also the editor. He does everything. But he did a great job. Now, as for me, I don't know. I don't think anyone from Hollywood is going to be calling anytime.
You might be surprised, honey. You did. I think you did a really good job.
Well,
I really do. I'm not just saying
You're
that.
very kind, babe, because I thought I was.
You should post it. Are you allowed to post it?
Yeah, I've shared it.
You already have?
Yeah, I've shared it on my
I
social
haven't
media.
been on social media this.
I'll put it on my Instagram at the Alonzo 1971.
Where did you have it before?
It's on Facebook right now. It's on my public Facebook.
I haven't seen it. I have it on Facebook.
And it's on YouTube. If Larry posted it on YouTube. So anyhow, check it out. The movie is called The University of Las Colinas, and it should be kind of a goofy, funny movie.
This is just a little clip of Alex.
Just a 1-minute clip of me. Yeah.
And let us know what you think.
All right, babe.
Maybe we'll read some of your comments next week.
Yeah.
Next podcast.
Well, most of the comments so far, I've been surprised. They're very positive.
They are. I'm telling you, it's not bad.
I just look horrible.
No, honey.
I'm bloated. I grew a full beard for that movie, so I would look even more wheels off.
Yeah, more slimy,
more seedy, smarmy. So I got a big, thick beard. My hair is really long, and I'm 30 pounds heavier. I look like a criminal.
No, that's what I was
that was it.
Tell everybody you're a method actor.
Yeah, exactly. All right, babe. You got anything else?
No, I think we're good. Save something for the next podcast.
We'll save something for the next podcast. We've got a good letter to go through next time. We've got some great stuff to talk about, more kids stuff. Kelly and I will talk about the right age that we think our kids are allowed to do certain things.
Well, we've got to get a few things in line first. That might not be next podcast.
That might not be next podcast, but we're gonna be bringing up more family stuff in the future because we know you like when we kind of pull back the kimono on that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And hey, real quick, we were on the family vacation and we were wearing our Sandwiches and Lovin logo hats. And a lot of people really loved them. When we were at the pool there in Mexico, people were like, where can we get them? Where can we get them? So as soon as we came home, we sold the rest that we had online and there were people still wanting them. So Alan ordered some more. I'm sitting here looking at them right now in the corner. And Alan is our shipping and receiving department. And if you are interested in getting one of our Sandwiches and Lovin here, well, it's a big trucker hat, black, and on it is
it's our logo.
It's our logo.
Yeah.
It's really cool. You can see it on our social media.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to buy one, you can go to our website.
Yeah, kellyandallen.com/shop.
Shop. Easy enough.
Free shipping.
Free shipping.
Free.
We work that into the cost of the hat.
Yeah, we did.
So that's why the hat is what it is.
I could have charged that for the hat and then
added shipping. But you didn't. We worked that into the cost of the hat.
Hey.
And trust me, we're not making hardly pennies on it. But also, if you are liking the podcast, you like what you hear, we invite you to subscribe, like it, give it a 5-star review. That really helps us out a lot. If you can give us a good review and the 5 stars, we'd appreciate that. I hear other people asking for it, so I'm asking for it. If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, babe. Well, this was fun. Hopefully everyone gets some maybe a tidbit or two out of those rules and
we'll keep you posted on how it goes.
And knows that we are parents just trying to get day to day as best we can like everybody else, right? And the bottom line is just trying to do the best for our children. I think that's probably the bottom line. Just what we think is just best for our kids. So, all right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
Love you.
Love our listeners desperately. But I am sure we will do this again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.
Now you got to go get ready. Well, that was Jeff, wasn't it, calling you just now?
Yeah.
I'm going to do the podcast description before I forget it.
I'm going to upload this before I forget it because I won't remember it tonight, probably.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday afternoon. It was a little surprise that we did it this early, but Alan's got to go to an Alice in Chains corn concert. And so that's what we had to do it now. So thank you all for being here.
It's not going to be hot or anything.
Yeah. Michael's nice enough.
My man.
Hit the like button here on the video, everyone, if you like the episode. Oh, thanks, Michael. And there you go. Say goodbye to everybody.
Well, I tell you what.
All right.
I just told you. All right, guys. I might post a little bit tonight. It's kind of a whip to post things from a concert. People don't really want to see your grainy concert footage, on social media. I never watch it.
No, I did a little. I've done it like in live, like Facebook Live, but then you're not in the moment. Just take a few pictures with Jeff and stuff.
Yeah. Bootleg. That's awesome, Michael. Bootleg. Bye. Who is our friend from Asia? The Asian. I'm sorry, I don't know what type of writing that is, but who is that? Where are you from? And why are you writing in Asian?
It could just be spam.
Is it spam?
It might be.
I don't think. Well, maybe it is.
Don't
egg it on.
Don't click on it. We don't know what it is.
Do we need to put you in timeout? Michael, do you need to put her in timeout or put him in timeout? All right, let's see here. It's Korean. No. She says no, or he says no. It's Korean.
Oh.
My hairdresser's Korean.
I need to show you some stuff from Judy, so we got to discuss some things about the flights.
Okay, guys. I will talk to you real soon. Thanks for hanging out on a Sunday afternoon, and we will do it again. Oh, your English keyboard wasn't working. Sorry about that. Bye. My man.